and you can now see it is soft. And then in English we say number 2, and in our language of technology here we call it Julua. But for the people we say it is number 2. The one I made for my mother is still there. So that one is outside part of the saucepan, and then this is inside. This is going to form inside of the saucepan. This one is new.
Yes, our dear viewers, we are honored to speak with a skilled craftsman who is a blacksmither, whose hands shape metal and whose work shapes communities. Blacksmithing in Africa here is one of the oldest professions in the world, deeply rooted in African traditional culture. We are honored to speak to Charles Aibahu, who is a blacksmither here in this village, in this local village here. He is crafting so many things here out of aluminium. Today we are going to learn about his powerful craftsmanship. How long have you been a blacksmither?
It's now 17 years.
Who taught you this trade?
It was just lack of money let me to go and know how to make it. Because when I was at the Bugembe Islamic Institute during the holidays, I had a friend whom his brother is making also this. So he convinced me, and then during holidays I don't come at home, I'm there, and while my father is looking for me, where are you, where my holidays I was using it to know how to make this.
What was your first experience working with fire and metal?
My experience first it was that if we can make something like this out of this, which will even help people in Uganda, in our families, in our countries here, whereby we can cook something we eat inside.
What exactly are the materials you're using?
Even, let me say, this is blacksmith. Every subject is there, because agriculture we use even hoe. If we take it to the building, we use bricks. And then we use mortar. That's what the builders use. And then hose. Hoe is used for, even for the farmers. We use also hoe in our factory. We use hammer, which carpenters can use. Also we use it in our our, let us say, ministry. Oh yeah. And that's why I say this work here needs you to be hard working person, because everything you use for the farming, for builders use, even plumbers use, every department use, we are using it once here in our local factory here. That's why you say we are dealing with all subjects.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
What tools do you use daily?
And then we use, as I said, we use hammer for breaking big aluminiums to size it with according to the size of the pot we use for the cooking, especially like this. Hammer we use to break aluminium, big ones, to break it into pieces so that it can enter here easily. We cook it. We use this one here, spoons. This is useful when we pour aluminium in the model which we made, we we
Scoop.
we scoop back the one which is in the top, in the cup, whereby we know the model is ready there.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this one here we use it to cover oven to reduce the heat which is going out. Yeah.
Wow.
And this one here we use it to
You use it for pouring or scooping?
Scooping it to go and pour.
Oh.
Because this cup here is the size of saucepan number 2.
Okay. Okay.
When aluminum is full here, makes saucepan number 2. Then we fetch it with it, we go and pour. We know exactly this is the size of saucepan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where do you get the raw materials from?
Okay, the raw materials we get it. Okay, from these small garages, mechanics who made these motorcycles and engines, and even mostly we get from Muganda, those who are buying scraps, because from them is men, they buying scraps, every type of iron they buy, and then whereby they get many aluminiums with good kilo we get from them, because they are dealing with the scrap dealers.
Okay. How do you know when the metal is ready to shape? Okay.
That's now, let me come, that's now physics or chemistry. Yes, let me say that's now in chemistry we get it. In chemistry they say cooked aluminium color appears orange.
Oh, wow.
Whereby when we see it's now orange, we know the aluminium is now red. When cooked aluminium.
So what is the most difficult part of your work?
Our difficult part of our work is when we make the mold, and then the soil which we use to obtain the design there is heavy. Otherwise we could have electricity which can pick it up and then put it back. When we bring it back, it would be better, but we are using our own power to bring it up and then put down, remove the model, and then pick it again to put it back there. That is why it's difficult for us, because we feel it, really our body suffers because it is heavy. That soil there is heavy. And the second, our problem is that, direct heat. We are working with the direct heat with the oven. We suffer sometimes because of the heat of the fire.
How has blacksmithing supported your community?
Okay, blacksmithing support our community, especially. Saucepans, we buy saucepans from this Mwindi here, and then of the Mwindi, 2 months, 3 months is finished. And then the one we make it there, even you leave it for your children.
Wow. Do young people still want to learn this kind of trade?
Yes, the young boys, they need it. But for some others, they see it is difficult. But then when you obtain a saucepan, you forget of how you have suffered. But some people are not happy of it because they don't have. It's hard working. It is hard work. Otherwise, it is hard work. But otherwise, hard work even pays.
What makes you proud to be a blacksmith?
Yes. If I would not even do this, I would even be sometimes I died or killed because of stealing. I have to die because of hunger. When I make a saucepan, I know I can eat. When I make a saucepan, I know I can help the community. If I get money, what the community needs from me in form of money, even clan needs from me in form of money, even in the church, I can help. Whereby I'm happy of this, it helps me to solve my small problem. Even books for the kids in the school, whereby I make a settle in this work here. Whether it is hard working, but still the work is settled to me, which is good from doing bad things.
Thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom.
I request some people before us there, they should have another technology past us so that African technology can continue to our children and children and children.
Consider subscribing to this channel, like and share. That will help us so much to make more people know that in Africa we have different ways of doing things through blacksmithing. So we are going today to make several things. We will make saucepans, we will make cups. We are going to make them, and I'm going to take you through the process as is making some of these things. Remain tuned, don't scroll for other more things for you to know. So these are the boxes which make the mold. So we are already in the preparation, the first levels, the first steps. Why do you cover this sand?
Because this sand here doesn't like any rubbish in it, and it should be soft, whereby its softness removes good soft saucepan. If it is not soft like that, if it is rubbish, if it is not good, it removes bad surface of the saucepan. It cannot be soft.
Why do you sieve the soil using that siever?
Why we do it like that?
Yes.
We do it like that. We need the soil to be soft. These are the sizes of saucepan we're going to make. This is our hand. We use it instead of this is our hand actually. Picking it, arranging it, everything in the oven, but in the oven, how yes, everything in the oven we use this as our hand to place it, to put it, to pick it up, to remove it. And this is pipe which we use for blowing wind.
You use it for blowing wind in the oven.
In the oven. Otherwise, this is our generator.
Okay.
If we would have to use electricity, we would blow through this. Otherwise, instead of electricity, this is now our electricity.
So you're cleaning the oven.
Yes. As I said, this work has got a lot of departments. Now I've come to the side of builders. That's it. 3 kilos make it. Number 4. That's it. 4 kilos make it. Then number 5. That is number 6. That is it. That is 6 kilos. We have even in number 8. That is 6 kilos. We have number 12. That is even 8 kilos. So that's why we measure the kilo of aluminium or material we need to use, so that we calculate how many saucepans, which sizes we can make the saucepan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So everything has to be calculated.
Yes.
You don't need to make any error.
Oh, yeah. When the material is not enough, you cook it like that, you pour it. It cannot obtain new saucepan. There will be some holes. When it is there are some holes, it means we have worked. We have done what we have not done anything, any work. Your charcoal has burned for nothing. Your labor is for nothing. You have blown the wind for nothing. So we should calculate, and there should be working space. That's why we calculate. Now this is how inside their oven appears.
So what is that for?
This is mud. This mud here we cover the cooking pot with it, because if we don't cover the cooking pot there, still there we use for cooking aluminum inside. Really.
It develops punches, holes in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because our heat we pump there. You see, it's powerful. When this cup here gets fire, it also keeps hot.
So that is why you need to cover it with the clay.
Yes, with the clay.
So that the pot which you use for melting aluminium
Can last
for long without holes.
Yes. But the good material for cooking this aluminum could be this local pot. This our mamas make there. But then when you put that local pot on the fire in the oven, when the aluminum start to rust and to melt, when you need to pick it or put it well in the oven there, because it's now soft, it breaks. Okay. Otherwise that pot there is good, very good one. Cannot make holes, because that is what? Clay.
Wow. Our dear viewers, this is another day of interacting with the blacksmith here in Africa. It is so awesome, it is so amazing to hear and to interact with him. He has great skills in blacksmithing. As we said earlier on, we are in the preparation stages.
This one we use for protecting this place. So I'm blocking the winds which we blow there should not come at this side should come in at the middle side place. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes. That's why this mud here, I'm putting it in the middle there so that it melts easy. Because I put this one here because the hole here is too big. And then I reduce, let it be just medium. Yes, with this I'm protecting the charcoal even. And this one is our seal. For us, this one here, for blacksmith, we put this one seal here. We call it a seal because it stops the wind which can come out from the oven to go in to work the work which we need with the oven.
In simple terms, you don't want the blown air in the oven to come out.
Yes.
It will seem like you're doing nothing.
Yes. So I've sealed it now. The wind cannot come back, it goes inside. So wind could be something seen. You could even see wind there. This is now our electricity for cooking the how many can it obtain? If this one could obtain 3 saucepan, 1 6, okay? There is one part of the pot. The other one get finished. Soft. So now this is saucepan number 2. for making the design. And this piece of wood here, it's a wood, but in our term we call it bow. That's in France.
Bow.
Bow. Because this technology was brought by these people from Nigeria, and Nigerians you speak French, no? Yes, Malians from Mali, and they speak French. That's why we still use their term of calling this wood here bow. That was their term. The term still, the name still remains. That's why we still remember them. I'm making the bed. Matega bamini dite ya katar dine kami na no rudri ferana apa mana la fama to rudri ni ma ba kama va So, you know, as I said before, those Africans who were French speaking, we are the one who brought us this technology, whereby we still use their terms in France, but I speak English, but I use their terms in France. And they call this one here Cispater. Cispater, it is in France. In detail, I say it Cispater. Cispater there means it differentiates. When we put it like that, it differentiates the model and the soil.
Okay.
Yes. And in other ways, it protects, this one here, protects the design and the soil, and and the soil to make the model there to appear smart. Yeah. It stops even soil. This is bad soil which can destroy the model to be it's safe.
Okay.
That's what it's in France, but we understand because that is our technology. Otherwise, it is in France. And this size of saucepan. Okay. Now I'm smoothing it so that the saucepan should smooth. It will appear good. That's how we remove it. So that one is outside part of the saucepan, And then this is inside. This is going to form inside of the saucepan, while that mold there is going to form outside part of saucepan. So here the inside part of the saucepan, and I'm smoothing it so that it should be very smooth, and inside it should be very soft, very smooth. And you can now see it is soft. And then I'll replace it back there. Yes, that is it. When you see here in front, the line remains at its place, and then backwards here at its place. So here, you know exactly, you have made the saucepan. It's now waiting to remaining to pour the aluminum, cooked aluminum here to form the size of the saucepan. Whenever now, if now aluminum, cooked aluminum will be ready, we obtain saucepan now.
Supposing rain comes now.
Okay, suppose the rain comes. Otherwise we need to put good mabati here, so that the rain cannot disturb us. If the rain comes total, rain can wash away this design. When the rain washes, we cannot stop with it. So we need to build our factory very wide. Should be wide enough so that we protect it from, which can protect us from the rain